So I saw Cristobal go for a header, and he didn't win the ball. And then the ball spewed out to my area at the right back area. And me and this kid, I forget what number he was, but for a challenge, I've done it a million times in my life, and I won the ball. I look up after getting fouled pretty hard, but you know, it was whatever. And Roberto got the ball on his feet, and he beat his guy, front across to Adrian, had it down. Cristobal, a hero. That's all I can say about it. He's a hero.
What was going on in your head when you saw Roberto send it to the far post?
At first I thought the ball was too long, and I see Adrian just coming out of nowhere. He flew in, headed it down, great header, and Cristobal. What a finish!
And when that ball hit the back of the net, what was your reaction?
I just started running. I took my shirt off. I was just screaming, "Vamos!" And I couldn't believe it. Like, it was a miracle. Like, I couldn't believe what I just saw.
I remember I saw Alec going for the tackle. When I see the ball going up, I thought the ball was going to go out of bounds. I wasn't sure, so I just put my feet next to the line. When I saw the ball was inside, I was like, oh, the ball's inside. So I just cut the guy. I had a touch forward. I remember I was going to have a cross with my right-footed, but it's my weak leg. And then I heard 10, 9, so I knew the defender was going to try to cut my cross. So I cut him from my left-footed. That's a good one. I saw Adrian running far post so far away, and I just kicked it. I was like, well, let's hope for the best. And Adrian and Cristobal did their magic, and it was amazing.
When it left your foot to the far post, did you think you put it right on him, or did you think it was too far, too short?
Usually when we hit the ball, we know where it's going. And when the ball went out of my feet, I was like, oh my God, he's going to reach it. And I'm glad he did reach it. We scored a goal in the last second.
So when you saw that ball hit the back of the net, what was your reaction?
As you can see in the video, I couldn't feel my legs. I don't know what happened. When I scored the goal, I just fell down and lay down, maybe cried a little bit. It was the most amazing last second game I've ever seen in my life.
Well, Coach put me on with about minute 30, minute 40 left, not even, and he just told me to run and be at the back post, basically. And I went one sprint, 60 yards back to defend. We countered, sprinted all the way up the pitch. Roberto found me. I was actually planning on scoring myself, but I lost the ball in the light. So I just headed towards where Sasa was, and Sasa had the awareness to let the ball go, and it fell to Cristobal, and that was that. 1 second left, we scored.
Tell me what the feeling was like when you saw that ball go in the net.
I was on the ground when it happened, and the second it touched the back of the net, I started crying right away. Just like so many emotions, like first assist, game winner with a second left, we're in the next round.
It was probably pretty rewarding for you because Coach had just subbed you in and showed some confidence that you could kind of help us get that last goal. So kind of what was that feeling like to be able to help out the team?
Coach Rios and Coach Tony always kept telling me, like, there's one moment, like, even because I was a little upset that I wasn't getting a lot of playing time one time. We talked about it, and he said it doesn't matter if you're on the bench, off the bench, you just fight for that one moment. And in that minute 30 seconds, that was my one moment to help, I guess, lead us to a victory with me and Cristobal and Sasa. So
well, the ball was in their side of really close to their box. I saw it block the first time, 30 seconds, and I thought to myself, maybe it's too much time. If I go, we can get counter. So I waited behind, and the ball got like they kicked it away. So I saw that Alex won the tackle. Roberto kept it on bounce. And then he crossed it, and when he was about to cross it, I thought, alright, there's just 10 more seconds. I have to go, like, we got scored 4 times. I have to try at least to, like, do something for the team. So I just started sprinting. I saw the ball going really slow in there, and Adrian got there. And I see like, he wants to lay it back because he's, like, too close to the goal line. So I thought maybe the ball was gonna like lay back and I was gonna get it, or Sasa was gonna get it, but I was gonna be there at least. And the ball came up to me, and I was really nervous while the ball was coming to me. So
when that hit the back of the net, what was that feeling like?
I think I didn't even get to see when the ball hit the net at the back, because as soon as I saw the ball right next to the guy and the guy wasn't gonna touch it, I turned around and I took my shirt off and I started sprinting wherever I could. Then I remember people was looking at watching the game on the camera, so I went to the camera and everybody was following me, and it was amazing.
Did you know at what point during the play did you know that we really had a chance to score on this play and end the game?
When Adrian hit the ball back. When Adrian hit the ball back, I saw the ball coming to me, and I yelled at Sasa, leave it, it's mine. So he left it, and it was mine.
And it just looked like you just Coach said you came running from 60 yards.
I sprang 60 yards at least, yeah.
And you ended up in the exact perfect spot.
Unbelievable. UnFalconBelievable.
Once we tied the game, my mind shifted to what could we do to try and win it. The guys had worked so hard to try and tie it, and I knew a lot of guys were tired at the time. So I really just, and with about a couple minutes left, I looked back on the bench and just looked for somebody that could run, would fight, and if a ball dropped to him, he might be able to knock it home. And I saw Adrian, and I told Adrian to get in the game. I think he actually went in with 1:30 left. Well, actually, he was getting ready to warm up, and I said, don't warm up, just get in the game. And as fate would have it, the ball dropped to him, and he was able to do his job and get it on so we can get the goal. You see I saw the play fairly clearly. What I was really looking at that moment more than anything else was just, I was listening to the clock count off, and then I was watching the play unfold. And when the ball got floated across from Roberto to Adrian, there was about 3 or 4 seconds left, and I heard them counting off. And then, it got to, when Cristobal ran onto it, I clearly heard him say 3, and then I saw the ball hit the back of the net, and I heard him say 1 when the ball had already hit the back of the net. So I knew it was a goal. The guys all ran onto the field. I ran over to the fourth official just to confirm that it was a legitimate goal, and he said, yeah. And they put 1 second back up on the clock, and then the hard part was to get our guys to get their jerseys back on and get to midfield for kickoff. But it was, I've been involved in a lot of great games, a lot of great endings, but never anything like that before.
What was the first thought, after the official told you that counted? What went through your mind?
It's I think sometimes different for a coach than it is for a player. I think it's more relief, because my mind had already gone towards overtime and what we had to do to get the guys ready in case we were going into overtime. And of course, penalty kicks had crossed my mind already too, but we were prepared for that, so that wasn't an issue. And then getting the guys to get back in line to line up, because I knew there was a second left to go in the game. So really, for me, it was more relief, I think, than elation. The elation came afterwards when we got a chance to go over to our fans and celebrate. The amazing thing now is how many people actually watched it. I mean, if this was 15, 20 years ago, it would have been the people that were in the stadium, and they might have seen replays that we might have sent out. But with social media, there were people watching it literally all around the world. I had a buddy in South Korea watching. I had buddies in England watching it. My players' families were watching it in Spain and Portugal and Chile and Brazil. People were watching literally all over the country. And of course, back here in Meisenheimer, the reaction in the student center was unbelievable. So I think it was so much more powerful because of all the people that actually got a chance to view that moment live and not have to see it later. It's still, for me right now, even as I'm talking about it, it's very emotional.
First got it again. Falcons to the top of the 18. 25 seconds, ball in. Sailfish headed away. Up into the air. Headed towards the sideline. 15 seconds. Out of bounds. No, it stayed inbounds. Here's Pfeiffer. Here's Suarez with it. Suarez crosses the ball in. There's a man deep. He heads it into the box. The shot. Wow. And they've scored! Is it gonna count? It's in. It's over. Pfeiffer has scored with no time on the clock.